Hello and welcome back to Digital Asset Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. I have a great article that we're following up in. We've started introducing into our channel. I think it came out about a week or two ago, but either which way, this is the update as of today. So the industrial lending push at black-owned banks will get outcomes. And as we get into the article, I believe it's something that's on many different levels, amazing addition and growth and expansion of the financial realm, which again, you know, as an investor, if you are here and you follow this channel, that's most likely why you're here, because you're invested in some kind of a digital asset for the new financial system. Now, as we get into the article, after a long time of working on the periphery of monetary companies, again, owned banks are starting to search out seats of the tables to place company transactions are brokered. Now, two giant building loans, one involving a number of black-owned monetary establishments and one other cut up between Citigroup and a minority-run lender, have been introduced final week. And a few of the architects of those offer say they're pushing for extra transactions like these. Citi is growing alternatives to make company transactions accessible to black-owned banks, mentioned Harold Butler, a managing director of the public sector group inside the corporate's funding financial institution. We're working with purchasers to handle the hurdles in place around qualification, Butler mentioned. A number of corporates have expressed curiosity, so we're making a framework to type of plug them in. So the nationwide basketball affiliations Atlanta Hawks, which is also a great thing because now you have the NBA also connected to this article, introduced a groundbreaking deal with a syndicate of black-owned banks which can present $35 million USD to refinance the development mortgage on the 90,000 square foot Emory Sports Activities Drugs Advanced that homes the franchise's follow facility. Now, the Hawks mortgage marks the primary time an expert sports activities crew has obtained financing completely from black-owned banks in response to the NBA. So you can see there's a lot of excitement behind this article as we have shared this for the past few weeks. This is just the most recent as we find something that we think is interesting and has an impact in the industry. We will always share that, and I think the excitement will have many different levels as well between you who are digital asset investors. Now, the reason the article first caught my attention from the beginning is right here. If you're driving or working, please don't look at your screen. Drive safe, be safe. Don't look at this. Rewatch this again later, and you can see it. I've just highlighted Citi. Now, the reason that is exciting, because I'm going to get into a few things here. Citigroup transforms applications development with an IBM cloud solution. The reason I chose this article to show that IBM and Citi are directly related is this is one of the oldest that I'm aware of. This is from 2011, and they're still connected today. Now, another article I want to share, and if you follow this channel, you're probably not new to seeing this on this channel. Stellar's Lightyear acquires Visa and Citi-backed crypto startup chain. So you can see IBM connects to Stellar, and here you have Stellar directly connecting to Citi. So when you get into this article, that is what caught my attention from day one, and I think it's a great article in its own standing. Now, the next and final article of this video is Stellar Lumens XLM is the sleeping giant in the cryptocurrency space. And a quick reminder, or if you're new to this channel, the first time hearing it, every article that we discuss will always be included in the description below. And again, if you follow this channel, you know we are the anti-FOMO channel. We're always saying safe, be careful with your money, we'll share content, you make your best decision from doing your own research. We'll share the content to help you, whether you choose to get into an asset or whether you are already in an asset, and we're providing content to let you know that your digital asset is still doing something, so to speak. All right, now as we get into the article, users understand that some digital assets were designed to operate at certain prices so that it could handle its target market's needs. Users are wondering about XLM, ? Was it designed to operate at or up to a specific price? By the above train of thoughts, it's very obvious that the user is trying to decipher the obvious price range. What defines the price of a cryptocurrency is the million-dollar question that users are trying to get an apt answer for in every cryptocurrency community. So you can see this is an even greater article as we get into the discussion. And again, if I don't finish something that you're looking for, as I said previously, it will always be included in the description below. So this is becoming an important talk in the Stellar community, as users have to state that the Stellar chain service are not showing the right euro-dollar price for XLM since days. However, new users are finding XLM interesting, and peer community members have to state that the price will rise significantly. Users continue to like Stellar and about the way they are working to improve the way they are able to send and use crypto. It's very clear that the team are doing more every day than any other crypto. Some users opine that Stellar XLM is the sleeping giant. So again, feel free to come back and finalize and read more of this article if you're interested. It will always be included. So my thoughts are here. As investors, many of us have been here for years, patiently waiting, and pretty much over the years, you'd probably have one or two major things happen, each year as you held, but you saw the potential, as long as it wasn't going to be illegal or banned in the USA, that it could have as we moved into a digital future. And some people might wonder, why would we move towards a digital future? Others may think we've already been there, because when you go back to the introduction of the credit card or the debit card, to many that is actually a digital future. I personally have not had cash since 1999. I've been digital, so that for me this is not even a big deal. It's just life as I'm already familiar and that I know it. So any which way, as you're holding for years, then 2020 happens, and it was literally like somebody opened up the dam and flooded everything around it, because there's not just one or two major articles for the year, but there's literally one or two major articles daily. And that's unbelievable for those of us who have been around for a while, just believing in nothing more than hope and faith itself. Now there's proof. So if you're a new investor, choose wisely. Obviously, we have favorites on this channel, and those are the ones that we do discuss. I never will push anything because I'm very critical and cautious with finance. And many people who tend to over-invest tend to FOMO in and get it out of an emotion. The worst thing for anyone, in my opinion, to do is invest emotionally. And let's get to just one quick example. It has nothing to do with a loss, but now for a minute, imagine if every asset that you're invested in succeeds. Not saying they will. In any investment, you could lose everything. But now think if everything succeeds. The reason over-investing is a bad idea is because of the emotional stress it will cause you the entire time that you're making that investment. Choose whatever amount that you think you could throw away, burn, shred, never think about and miss again. And that's literally the amount that you should be investing if you choose to invest. Because what happens if your asset succeeds and you overinvest? You need to pay bills or whatever reasoning that you need to get the funds that you've overinvested in. Once you pull them out, there's that potential that asset now increases in price, and you just lost that entire investment that you mentally had moments prior. So again, if you invest safely and wisely, always talk to a financial advisor if you need that and you feel more comfortable. And again, as we've said many, many times since the beginning of this channel, when you do reach the goal that you have perceived, written down, or mentally ready to achieve, definitely talk to an accountant, an attorney, or a financial advisor at that point, because there are so many things you can do to never have to lose the money you just made. In addition to that, only factor in the money that you're going to pull out of the investment that you have today after taxes, not before. You have your gross and you have your net, whatever amounts that you make in your investment. And again, typically at this point, until we move forward, this is still connecting to like capital gains. Capital gains can have a high price, but if you hold that asset for longer than 12 months, you typically get the best rate, which is around 15%. So if you have assets that you've held, let's say you're doing it perfectly, you haven't bought anything new for 12 months and the price hits where you want next year and you're ready to sell out, retire, your life is excited. Let's give a quick example. At that point, you're probably going to pay 15%. So whatever amount that you made, multiply that times 85%, and that's what you're going to take home after taxes. At that point, I would talk to a financial advisor. For example, most financial advisors can get you in the safe to low risk range and the 8 to 9%. A definite safe is 2%, but if you're wanting higher, some of them can get you in 14 to even as high as 30. I've seen that even recently. May never happen again, but they have done it. And they will tell you if you're wanting that risky amount, you may lose everything. To me, I'm not really wanting that or looking forward to that side of investing. I want something that's a sure thing, guaranteed and safe. I don't want to risk losing anything after waiting years of investing to achieve it. So to me, mentally, the number is 8%. Obviously, your financial advisor will set you up so that your taxes are clear and positioned for your asset annually. But now imagine, take $2 million, for example. Let's say $2 million, I should say after taxes. If you talk to a financial advisor, you invest that with him wisely at 8%. That's $160,000 for the rest of your life, and you still have $2 million. A lot of people are going to get that $2 million, buy a new mansion, buy a new house, buy a new car, whatever they're going to do, spend it, and then they're broke again. After waiting so long for your investment, that is not the greatest of decisions. If that's what you want, you are who you are, you can do your own thing. But to me, the wise decision is protecting that money, holding that money, living off the interest. And I think if you have $2 million invested that you can pull at any given moment, if you're making $160,000 a year in interest on that money, I think you can live pretty comfortably. Worry about at that time, not so much from the $2 million paying off your debt, but with the $160,000, if you have high bills, keep working like you are. Use that $160,000 to pay off your debt, and then in a few more years, you know you have that coming in forever, still having the $2 million and paying off what the difference is with your current job and not changing a thing except paying off debt. Either which way, guys, I didn't mean to go so long into that, but I love you guys and I want to make sure that you're well taken care of, and that is the entire reason that I started this channel. But before we go, remember, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only, and I'm going to leave you with a final thought. Challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Much love. We will catch you in the next one.